speak some truths, if you don't mind. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that
why is that, President Obama? Maybe it's because when we was voting for you in 2008, you was talking so beautiful and so educational to where we bought into the okie doke that you were spewing in our faces. But we didn't get no kind of examples. We got nothing as black men, as black women. Nothing. We got nothing. Not a damn thing.
It seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you.
What do you say? She grew up like me? So that's why she grew up like me. She grew up like us in our community, right? But at the same time was accused of locking up many black men for little bullshit petty crimes in the state of California. She grew up like me. And not to mention, she said she was Indian descendant. She claimed every damn thing but being black until it's time for the votes to come out, huh? It's time for everybody to go to the polls in November. She's black now, huh? Cooking collard green, making collard greens in the bathtub, nasty. But what she say? I listened to jazz. I listened to Tupac when I was smoking weed while I was in college, and Tupac wasn't even out and thought of at the time when you was in college, Missy, because you was in college in the 80s. Tupac didn't come out until like 92. Started his first single in 92. So what Tupac you talking about? Two packs of bullshit. That's show what you talking about.
Understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. Was had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford medicine, and making sure that we are dealing with prices that are too high and rents that are too high.
Here we go with the bullshit again. Let's just cut to the chase. President Barack Hussein Obama, aka Barry Souders. Dude, you are a hack. You are a joke. You are the biggest joke that has ever set foot in the White House. See, the thing is, as me being a black man, I realized that they got you in the White House because, you know, there was a guy named George W. Bush that was basically was wreaking havoc on the nation. They basically put you in the White House because they wanted to take the smoke off of his back and put it on yours. Because they knew that as black people, we was going to go for the banana in the tailpipe, fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Because it was something that was never done before in the history of the United States of America. And that was have a man that's supposed to be black, because your dad's supposed to be Kenyan and your mother's supposed to be a white woman from Kansas or some shit like that. You know, the thing is, it's all a joke. It's all a political game that plays with the American people's mindset, mainly black people in particular. Because most of us, we don't really understand the politics, the different storylines behind the political games and stuff like that. All we're looking at is a black man in the White House. And they knew that. That's why they study us. They basically find out that we'll fall for anything that they put out there to give us. See, you came out, in 2008, you were singing Al Green songs, you were playing basketball, and you know, you was talking all the little so-called street talk that you heard off a rap video or something, and we fell for it. We thought it was everything and all to the good, and that black folks was going to prosper even more. But all we got was the shaft and a harpoon from the rooter to the tutor, with the lies that you basically presented for us to go to the polls and vote for you in 2008 and in 2012. Now that you come out of the darkness, never been seen in a while, because Kamala Harris has failed to get the black men votes. Now you want to sit up there and talk this shit about that you kind of like you're disappointed that brothers, as you say, ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And trying to help support her. But you don't understand. Kamala Harris is not us, and we're not Kamala Harris. This woman is a joke. This woman is on the same level as you, because she was put there the same way you were put there. She was selected before she was elected. So the thing is, everybody's starting to see the true colors of what's going down in the town. Now, you can sit up here and talk all this crap about we need to get our stuff together and this and that and the third. It ain't doing no good, because at the end of the day, the Most High, out of all people in this universe, knows what's going on. And he's revealing all this in spirits to all of us as black men, because it's been shown too many times by the things that's been done to us. And you didn't see to it that things would change for us. You didn't see to it that things get better for us. You didn't see to it that we didn't have the family structure that we used to have back in the days for us. You literally co-signed the LGBT community. You really co-signed Black Lives Matter, two lesbians that don't care about black lives being mattering on anything unless it's something dealing with the other side. You co-sign for every damn thing but the true blue black men that helps engine this country. Let's just call it for what it is, because they know that as long as you continue to play their game they want you to play, you're going to do it.
And are committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act, so everybody's got help and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just excuses. I've got
Excuses, huh? You talking about entrepreneurship or whatever that shit is? Entrepreneurship. When you got immigrants coming into this country by the thousands, moving into black communities, getting money right off the table as soon as they come in here. Getting things that we've been trying to hustle and bustle for since we've been put on this planet, put in this country, or even became this country. Black men and women have always tried to have their own this and their own that, and being taken down by certain genetical codes of white supremacy in this country. But now, y'all done let the immigrants come here. They come here and get in there and everything they want to get. With no repercussions. And you said they're making up excuses, right? What is the excuse about that? Because in the town that you staying in, Chicago, they're bitching and complaining for a reasonable cause, because the migrants are there basically fucking up their city. Even though y'all say, oh shit, the black folks are already fucking up their city, killing each other and this and that and that, yada, da, 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 da. Well, the reason why black folks are doing what they're doing is because there's a thing called family structure that's being destroyed, that's being torn down. The father and the mother's not there together with these kids. So these kids are basically raising themselves. And when you have kids raising themselves, they can raise themselves to be the whole concepts of evil that you're talking about. Young folks don't come in this world just doing things just because. They're taught this. They're taught to do things to themselves or to each other. Because you have television, you have radio. Now in this day and time, you have social media. You have the internet. And they're being shown all kind of images of different things that basically throws them off of being the positive beings that that God created them to be. See, the Most High, He do things in ways that we probably never understand, but pretty much overstand the concepts of why He's doing what He's doing to us. Because we're going against the laws and physics of things that He created for us to have. The man and the woman. The man to provide and protect, the woman to assist and be there to hold things down for the man. Submit. That scary word that most black women nowadays are scared to even put their hands on. It's like kryptonite to Superman. Submission is not a bad thing. Submission is a beautiful thing. But black women have been taught that's a bad thing. It's slavery. No, you know what slavery is? Letting your kids make the decisions that the power structure has provided for them to have. Go out here and do. That is, destroy the neighborhood, kill each other, kill themselves, do you in, etc., etc. All the little negative stuff that you seem to not understand, that you basically are co-signing. And see, Obama, he don't want to talk about that, because if he talk about that, then they're going to have a target on his head. You think about that.
Problem with that, because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. barbershop, anybody you are talking to in your house, in your family, at church, who is coming with that kind of attitude, I think you have to ask them, well, how can that be? Because the women in our lives have been getting our backs this entire time. They've been raising us and working and having our backs. And when we get in trouble and the system's not working for us, they're the ones who are out there marching and protesting. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable.
No, Obama. What's not acceptable? What is not acceptable is this society thinking that women can overthrow men on being the man themselves. Teaching women that they don't need a man. Teaching women to think that they can do it all by themselves. They're independent. They can do everything a man can do. See, all that shit they started back in the 60s with the women's liberation movement with a woman named Gloria Steinem, who was a CIA agent, who basically was going around recruiting women to start an organization to talk against men on saying that they should be able to have the right to do everything a man can do, and and basically feel like that they can do bad by themselves and do this and that and other, and making threats. Well, all she was doing was just trying to lowball, bring black women into the concepts of thinking that they don't need a man, because it was more about that than anything. Because if you notice, white women are not leaving their men. They're there with their men all day, every day, even through the bad times, the good times, or the bad times. They're still there. It's got to the point where, even as me, Chaos, truck driver for over 20 years, us other white Caucasian truck drivers out here drive trucks the same amount of time I drive, and longer, and been married to their wife. And the thing is, I've ran into women that are black saying that they wouldn't date me or marry a truck driver because we stay gone too long, or they are all over the place making families and this and that and that, all the little bullshit rumors. And the reason why they had that mindset, because they got their mindset from their mothers, who basically were jealous of their daughters because their daughters looked like how they used to look. Basically gave them a memory concepts of what used to go down with them when they were younger. And now it got to the point where they didn't got over an age, then basically let their life got away from them, as far as their health, as far as their mouth, as far as their living expenses and things of that nature. Now they want to play victim. And that's all the irresponsibility of a woman's complex that was basically brought to most black women back in the days in the women's liberation movement, You know what I'm saying? To be unaccountable for your own actions. Basically, that's what's going down. That's why you got this thing called Me Too movement, where you got black women sitting around here talking about, it's all about me too. It ain't about just you. It's about me too. It's about me doing what I can do when I want to do and how I want to do. The hell with it. The hell what you say. And the thing is, it's being shown too many times for the last 4 or 5 generations. Well, I can say 3.5, about 4 at the most. Because in the 80s, in the 70s, women was by black men's side somewhat, because we gotta look at it. The 60s. Civil rights movement, we were all marching together. We shall overcome. Dr. King gets assassinated in 1968. The job concepts in the black community started to decline. 70s come along. The drug trade starts to make its way in. Men and the women are starting to submit towards, from being at home with the kids to being at the job working. The man is at home with the kids. The man is getting frustrated. He started using drugs and alcohol. Black woman, she started to realize this man is not worth my time because I'm making the money now. So now she kicks the man out. The man is out on his ass. She's basically learning to deal with this whole thing called life by herself. It kind of reminds me of the story of Eve, when the serpent told Eve that she could eat off the tree, of the tree in the Garden of Eden, when God told her not to. The same way where God gave us the concepts of being a man and you being a woman, and you not want to accept the fact that you need a man, is the same way the serpent basically had you believe that God says it's okay to eat that apple off that tree when he told you not to. But going back to the 70s, when a man was kicked out on his ass, or he was unemployed, started using drugs and alcohol, you get to the 80s, the drug epidemic started hitting hard and heavy. Now the black man and the woman is fucked up. Not to mention, now we done got to the part where you get down into the late 80s, you know what I'm saying? Mid, late 80s, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a J-O-B if you wanna be with me type of concepts. Now you got that going on. You got the Color Purple movie jumping off. You know what I'm saying? Suge Like Honey. They trying to push lesbianism on the black woman, saying that y'all don't need us. Y'all can love on each other and make yourself happy. CBS News, 1985-86. Exclusive. Why black women ain't marrying black men? Oh, they didn't already figured that out because they knew through the women's liberation that we brainwashed you so long, for so many years, that you will fall for the rokie dope. And they just wanted to see where your heads were in 1986. To say, hey, these women, we got them. They don't want to marry their own men. Then you get down into the 1990s. You know what I'm saying? We were starting to get ourselves back together somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Because we had sisters like Shahrazad Ali going on TV shows like Donahue and Oprah Winfrey and all these different shows. I don't think she was on Oprah Winfrey, because Oprah Winfrey wouldn't have had no stuff like that because that was too powerful. But, Donahue and other shows and stuff back in the 90s telling black women, you need to get your shit together and start doing the stupid stuff that you're doing. Most black women were like, oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But some black women were like, you know what, she's pretty much right about that. But at the same time, they were coming up with new strategies through music. Because hip-hop at one particular time was giving us the 2+2, was giving us knowledge of self. They went in and destroyed that. They do everything they can to destroy the black family structure of America, because they know they can't make no money off of us doing negative or positive stuff. They got to keep us negative. So all this stuff that you're talking, Mr. Obama, is not an excuse. It's reality. The only reason why you can say what you're saying is because you never lived that life. But you've seen it. You heard it. And at one particular time when you was in college, I heard a little audio where you said you was being depicted and fucked with and being called a nigger, because of what you were doing at an all-white college that you was at back here. But at the same damn time, you still was siding with them folks. Even you took a picture with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You act like you don't know who Farrakhan is no more. You even denounced your own preacher, Reverend Jeremiah Rice. Right. Not Rice, but Wright. They made you denounce this dude, who literally supposedly married you and Michelle or some shit like that. See, there are things that are always going down in the town that you think us black men don't know. But we do. But we do, bruh. We do. That's the reason why we are talking and we're acting and we're being how we are. Because this ain't nothing but the Most High within all of us black men, seeking the whole concepts of lies that y'all been spitting out here for too damn long now. So you keep telling yourself these lies and you keep trying to put that in the heads of us, thinking that we're going to turn the other cheek for you. Because even with Donald Trump, I ain't voting for neither one of them. But at the same time, on the Trump side of the game, at least the man's talking about political things when it comes down to jobs and services and stuff like that. That he, basically making moves. Because he is a boss. He you know what I'm saying, he's a businessman. And that's all that's supposed to matter. Because ain't this the country about money? About businesses? Ain't this a capitalistic society we live in? We don't want no handouts. See, y'all feel like when we get handouts, that's just being lazy. Yeah, it is being lazy. Because y'all doing every damn thing for us when we can do it for ourselves. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan been saying that for 40 plus years. But we're listening now. And this is what we want. Kamala Harris then lied. You then lied. But at the same time, we get it. It's a job for all you politics. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all do. It's your boy Chaos. Deuces.